Hey, it's Don in the Sound Dungeon. I have a couple sets. I've been on some other social medias. Anyway, I want to show you this really quick. This is fun. I have a gong bass drum I found from a Pearl Export set. I basically bought it just for the gyro locks for these mounts. However, I had a nice gong bass drum. It's still nice. But this is the feature I wanted to show you. I'm going to skip the floor tom, but I did put that underneath this drum for a while. Right now I put the snare under. It's a Gretsch 5x14 10 lug. I believe it's a mahogany shell. It's a Catalina. Anyway, without this, I'll give a demonstration without the drum. With the floor tom, for now, take my word for it, it sounded more like a timpani. You did have a little just of that. It did give that resonance, because when that front head hits the resonant head, it typically has the same air pressure, not exactly the same velocity or threshold, but it does still have the same air pressure. So here we go here. Now you might tell over the phone audio that it's a little lower pitch, or it's higher pitched, has a little more of that bouncing bow to it. And that's the air jumping right off of that snare drum, bouncing, reverberating through it and bouncing back through the drum. It's always, the drum is always a cannon that pushes air. So whether you have a concert tom drum with a resonant head, and what you're using for the resonant head and the batter head, of course, and the drum tip, there's always 100 variables. Size of the room, whether the player is limp-wristed or a killer at the set. Just yesterday I seen a YouTube video, the guys playing electric drums and they're just as loud. I'm like, bro, okay, now you're gonna ruin your gear. You can buy new gear, but then by the time you ruin that, you're ruining your wrists, your joints, everything. You're just like a football player without the retirement fund from 1 or 2 seasons just from sitting the bench. I'm not dissing football players. Just to show up and practice is a lot of work. All right. Plus, I should probably stretch more before I play. Okay. As you can see, I removed the drum from under the bass. And let's give it a go while I'm holding the phone here. Now you can look at me playing this drum.